Good morning, friends, and Dr. Sharp, Dr. Bharti. I'm going directly to the videos, two or three
that
short.
is expected.
So this is one of the case where we expect the chances of Rhexis extension is much more in the hypermature cataract. So this is the case. We do it all staining, good viscoelastic, but you can feel that still the bulge is there. Try to do the Rhexis, and you feel that it is going to extend that you it's so again inject I prefer the viscot to inject at this place.
Okay, stop, sir. Sir, stop. Stop. Okay.
It is this is the situation is just
That
going
is the situation. Now how will you proceed, Dr. Bharti?
The first thing is I'll inject viscoelastic. Second is I'll take a small cannula, 27 gauge cannula, and try to aspirate whatever liquid cortex is there to reduce the intralenticular pressure. And third is what you are showing. I'll slightly modify it. I'll take a micro Rhexis forceps. So if I take a micro Rhexis forceps and go from the side port, which is not here, it is you are going through the main port.
same port, yes.
Yeah.
This
So
is why my
if
old
you are
case
going through the side port with a micro Rhexis forceps, the possibility of viscoelastic leaking through the main port is minimized, and then the intralenticular pressure reduced and pressure in the antechamber increased, the things will be much easier. But you cannot, mind it, you cannot increase the pressure in the antechamber too much.
Yes.
Because as soon as you increase the pressure in the antechamber too much, extension of the Rhexis is, well.
Anybody from the floor? Please come, sir.
Just pull and give just pressure pulling of the Rhexis margins, so we can complete the Rhexis.
With the same level,
Yes.
after injecting the visco, means
Yes.
forming the chamber adequately,
Yes.
with the same
And
forceps,
just pull
you will try to pull
again.
towards the center?
No, towards the
Towards the center. Oh, good. Anybody, please?
So in this case, the Rhexis should be started from the other side instead of handling over
So
in
you
this
will go
area.
from the other side.
From the other
Very
side.
good. And you will complete it here. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Good suggestion.
Or one more thing, initially you should make a small Rhexis and then it should be extended.
No, sir. Madam, this has happened.
This has
now
happened. So
now
in
we are
this
at
case,
this
started
stage.
from
Now
other
we are
side.
at
How
this
will it go
stage. You
from
have to manage this.
Yes, from other side it should be started.
Very good suggestion. Dr. Bant, please come.
When we try with the forceps or any other maneuver, the flap which is hanging loosely, that interferes in further making the Rhexis proper.
Okay.
So why not to cut some part of the flap? So we will have more stability for holding the whatever the remnants of capsule.
So what
and
you will do is you will cut
you
that
cut
flap,
little
just
flap,
lift
little
it.
flat, and leave little more to hold it by
Now for that
capsule forceps.
you need to have two hands, no? Okay, one for the scissor and one for
Yeah,
holding the
at
forceps.
least
So you will go from the side port.
side port. At least you cut
Fine.
it little
This is
bit.
what you do in your practice. Okay, sir. Sir, please.
Sir, I will cut from the other side via micro scissor.
Sorry?
Via micro scissor,
Ah.
I will cut from the other side and then take a flap to retract.
That is good. Another opinion about the other side. Good. Anybody else? Okay, Rajiv, how did you manage further?
Dr. Bharti has highlighted a very important point that whenever you do the viscose should not come. So that's why we prefer to do instead of Hilon GV, because Hilon GV has the tendency to come in the bolus out. So we use the viscot in that cases. Then the second point is the micro Rhexis forceps. This is my old cases. Now we are doing all cases with the micro Rhexis forceps, the Rhexis. So this is the two important points which should be taken. I am slightly different with the opinion that you are coming with the other side. You may not be able to end at the same point on the Rhexis, and to cover this you have to go more on the periphery, and the chances of extension become much more. So you have to convert it. I have injected the viscot here, and then This was the old cases where the micro-viscous forceps was not there, and then try to pull it more toward the periphery, center. sorry.
Center, yeah. But then there are chances it will be irregular or
So all hypermature cases, instead of Elon G, I am using Viscot.
sir, in that case, how did you manage for the FECO? You will avoid FECO or your instrumentation
When
maneuveration in that
one
area?
extension, no,
Because it is said when it is extended, it is
either
better you avoid.
with the keeping chamber deep, or you just dislodge the nucleus in the. Now you have seen that it is extended here.
So you have cut, you have make a nick, you have
So,
made a nick there.
Any other option?
I was about to say that much more expensive option is available. Not so expensive, but it is quite expensive. If you can get hold of a Zepto, if you have a high percentage
No, no,
of
that,
people,
that is for doing the Rhexis. Now
No, no,
you
now
are
it is-
now you
Now it
cannot
is
do
done.
the Zepto.
Sir, it is already done now.
now at this point in time, if the Rhexis is extended at 12 o'clock, I am still okay. But if it's
No, no, but
extended-
that you have to rest of the portion of the Rhexis is remaining. You have to convert.
you have cut it, you can.
Yes.
yeah,
So
that's-
I
that-
just
that's
ask
what
any
you need to do.
other option. Anybody can come forward for any other option. So this is the. And you can now you have to complete that phacoemulsification with the slightly extended Rhexis. So don't go for shallowing of the chamber. Either you do slow phaco in this, the keeping the chamber with the repeated injection of Viscot, so under the bag. And if you are not able to do this, you can slightly enlarge the Rhexis from other side by doing second part of the cutting the cataract, dislodge the nucleus in the pupillary plane, and then because giving too much pressure on the capsule will stretch more of that extension to the periphery. Now this is the case which hypermature. Bharati, just you see what we have said, that just aspirate. I am slightly against this. We have aspirated and
Splitting, it is already
Now,
this is the what you can that's
yeah. So I'll tell you where the fault is. In this
So this
particular,
is very-
wherever there is a Argentinian flag sign.
Argentine flag sign.
This is very
With
Yeah.
all extension, Viscot, and so because once you
I-
debulk, the chamber becomes shallow, that posterior pressure increases. So I avoid the aspiration nowadays.
So this
So
is a very commonest
how will you-
problem
how will you
we
proceed?
face. So how do you manage this?
No,
Yes,
no,
okay.
manage to
How
think
do
whatever.
you-
way. How do to prevent
Because
this?
the
Prevent,
vertical-
not manage. How
How to prevent
it, because
this?
it is already a
Yes.
complex situation now.
Yes, yes.
So how to manage is a different,
Right.
scenario
So
altogether.
one thing is to how to prevent,
how
and
to-
then second is to how.
Yeah, but it already happened, like the vertical.
So no, how
Acha,
to
हाँ, like
prevent.
yeah,
if you go back in the video, let us go back.
So
in
how
the
will you,
video.
Dr. Bharti, how will you prevent it?
Yeah, this is what I am trying to say. So yeah, you have made a nick, and then get a little forward. Yes, and then what you have done is you have gone little go forward. Yes, and now what has happened here? You have started Rhexis without aspiration. You have
No, no,
started
aspirate.
Rhexis without aspiration.
This-
Now
I
when
have
you make a
it extended when I aspirated.
no, it is a you have used a needle. I want aspiration.
It is only that the problem is that I think so here you have to aspirate a little, inject Viscot more, aspirated little, inject Viscot more. I have aspirated with the Rhexis, what we do
Yeah,
with the
you
Rhexis.
you have tried
And
to
I
aspirate it with
aspirated
the
more.
cystitome.
I
Now there are two issues here. One is that you are aspiration is being done along with slight compression or pressure on the nucleus. So both the things cannot happen together. In the other hand, you should have a viscoelastic. It is not necessary to have a viscoat. It could be just a HPMC or whatever you are used to. I never use
Only-
viscoat in all these cases. And second thing is, take a 27 gauge cannula
Yeah,
and
yeah,
put it
that-
in the opening, and do not press, come up, you know, you have to be little up, and then if you aspirate, you will never increase it. But as I said, these are very tricky situations. So these you know, Argentinian flag signs are shown by everyone.
So-
How did you manage? Because we are running short of time.
Now, so too much of the aspiration also make the chamber shallow and give the space of the to nucleus to come forward and pushes the. Now it's only the I have just cut it the width. The both side.
So say you have put the nick and you will complete on both
There
the
is
sides.
there is
Yeah.
probably no other option you can have.
No, this is the right approach.
And
Any,
here is
anybody
the
would like
extension
to-
is too much. It's the best way to dislodge, because Rhexis is large, dislodge the nucleus instead of doing in the bag, because
Yes.
you will stretch more. Dislodge the nucleus, the pupillary plane or above the intercapsule and do the phaco.
That is supracapsular technique. This is what they get. Okay, Dr.
Anybody
Pal,
has
would you
tried,
like to make any suggestion?
This is
Phaco-capsulotomy.
okay, I will leave the animation.
Phaco-capsulotomy.
How, which we have shown is this, it again, cut,
आपका जो अभी आपकी बारी
this animated how it can be done.
वो नहीं आ रहा है और दूसरा क्या बोला
I have time or should
No,
I
sir.
stop? This will be my last video. Again, this is the aspiration, decompression what we shown, the hypermature brown nucleus cataract, and that had to keeping the Rhexis slightly smaller. You can later on, after putting the intraocular lens, you can make it a larger one. Then
Thank you, Rajiv.
the best option is you can do with the femto instead of Jepto. This is a more costlier option than Bharti.